Life is a compilation of millions of moments back to back to back. I've had some weird experiences in my life, but from those I've learned amazing lessons I'm going to teach you about today so you can master the moments. Hey everybody, it's Anthony Trucks. Make sure to subscribe to me at my YouTube channel here, as well as going to my website and subscribing there and getting some really cool things. But today I want to go into a topic that is near and dear to my heart, really. I tell people all the time, mastering moments moves mountains in your life. When you master those moments, you can do amazing things. But when you don't, you can fall into amazing valleys. I had a situation where I was in high school and I was being recruited to go to play Division I football in the college level. And I was making the wrong decisions. I was with the wrong people. And what happened is, I remember all of a sudden, through a lot of bad situations, choice-wise, I was laying face down on the concrete at 1 a.m. with a gun pointed at my head by a police officer. And I eventually was handcuffed and placed in the back of the cop car. And then he started rummaging through my car after he called all of his backup and all the neighbors that I knew were nearby my house. You know, they were out there watching me, and I'm in the back of this car and I have my handcuffed behind my back. And I remember the officer walk out of my vehicle as I can see the car in front of my car, and he walks out with envelopes in his hand. And on the front of the envelopes are logos from colleges. He opens the passenger side of the police car. I'm on the passenger side in the back seat against the grate where you can see where most people are behind it. He slams an envelope, a letter from a college, right in front of my face. And he says, "You can kiss your future goodbye." And at that moment, I seriously had this just recall of everything that led to that moment, how stupid I had been, the decisions I made, how dumb they were. I did not master the moment leading into this. I ended up at night, sleeping in a jail cell at the local police station. My mom had to come get me out, and my parents were, they were obviously vastly disappointed in me, and I felt stupid. Like I had not taken care of my life the way it should have been and taken the opportunities the right way. So I did not master the moment. So I learned amazing lessons, and I'm gonna teach them to you now. Please listen to them, because if you apply them to your life in any capacity, they'll make amazing changes for you. The very first lesson is one that few people take into kind of thought process is this: you are in control of every situation and decision you make. I don't care who's around you, what goes on, there is no blame. If somebody physically hurts you or something, that's their fault. But when you make the wrong decisions, it is on you. Now, it doesn't have to be in a sense of like the law. This could be the wrong decision in business, the wrong decision in a relationship, the wrong decision in parenting. This could be the wrong decision in your health. The reality is you cannot blame somebody else. You must realize that you have amazing power because you are the person in control. You're driving the vehicle of your life. The second point is to know your bullseye. Like, know the reason you're making decisions. A lot of people don't have a definitive end result for their life or for the end of the day. Like, they don't know what they're going after, the big picture wise. So they wander. And when you wander, what happens, you get to this place where you're lost and you take other people's insights and ideas in, and they just don't sit right. They don't feel right. There's something called an existential vacuum, a concept by Viktor Frankl, which is a vacuum sucks things in. If you don't have that place inside of you filled with your own desire, your own result, your own goal, you'll suck something else in from somebody else. And usually the things you suck in are not that great. They're exciting and they're fun, but they're usually not great for your future. So what happens is you suck in negative things. And what happens is you end up being in a bad place at the wrong time, and you get to a situation that you could have avoided completely had you known the end result. Now that you know the end result, the next step is realizing that you have a definitive yes or no choice you can always make. There are gray areas, the maybes, I don't knows, but no matter what, whether it's with your words or eventually with your actions, you will say yes or you will say no. You have to have a mindset of this yes or this no is going to push me closer to or farther away from my goal. You got to think about that in advance and know that if you have a mindset of where you want to go and you make the wrong choice, you're going to end up where you don't want to be. Fourth thing, big deal here. Learn from your lessons, learn from your experiences, learn from the mistakes, because if you don't learn the lessons, then it was a waste of time. That's the biggest thing people don't comprehend is you're gonna be in situations, you're gonna learn from those situations. And now that you have these ideas from what have taken place, if you like it or don't like it, you have this lesson. Now that you have the lesson learned, apply it. You have to apply it to your decision making every single day. So, say you come in late for work and you get in trouble. Obviously, there's a lesson you learned, don't come in late, then don't come in late again. And if you continue to do it, it's something that it's bound to happen that you get fired, right? So there's gonna be an end result if you do not learn from your mistakes, and it's not gonna be usually one you enjoy. So learn the lessons, then apply the lessons. Now the final thing, when you have these lessons, you wanna apply the lessons, the question I get is, well, how do I apply the lesson? You gotta set triggers. Now when I said trigger, you have to cognitively in your brain think about the next time this situation happens, like the one that just happened, this is how I will react. This is how I will decide. This is how I'm gonna kind of make sure that I position myself so I don't end up in the wrong place again. So for me, my thing was, I'm not gonna run with the wrong guys. I'm not gonna make these stupid decisions. I'm gonna learn from this lesson so I never end up back in a jail cell or handcuffed or sitting with a gun pointed at my skull. So if you don't think about the triggers you have set in your brain, when people walk into your life or decisions have to be made and you're in that immediate moment, you've got to master that moment. These are what I call defining moments. These defining moments define who you are to yourself and the people that know you. And in those moments, you must master them, because defining moments will define your future moments. If you don't think about it that way, you're gonna wander around. So always think about, how can I set triggers to master these moments? That's it. That's the points that honestly can save your life and help you have an abundant life, to be honest. Like if you think about all these things tying to one big mashup idea, which is you gotta master moments. You gotta know when to take chance, when to take risk, when to go full bore, when to slow down. You have to understand these moments, and all the concepts can be applied to the same thing. So if you start thinking about the career you have, relationships you have, parenting, health, no matter what goals you have, at every point in your life, you will have moments to have to make decisions. And when you make those decisions, they have an end result. The end result can be great or it could be not so great. But for you, if you can master moments, it'll move mountains. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any comments, please put them below. If you have any questions, send them to me. You can always send them in the comment section or my email, which is contact@anthonytrucks.com. Also, make sure to go to my website. My website is a place you can put your name and email in. The big thing for me is I like to share as much as I can with the world. And there are specific things that are personal to me in terms of my heart and my desire to help you. And I want to make sure you get them. But there's certain things I only reserve for people that are on my email list, because that way I can get it right to you. Because with social media, sometimes things are hit and miss. So make sure you go there and subscribe to the email list. You never miss anything I have to say. That's it. I want to thank you for being here. If you have any questions, again, feel free to ask. And as always, remember, you can trust your hustle to live an unexpected life.